Alright, friends, we are back here for part 3 for how to build your account, what to buy, what not to buy, what to work on, and to kind of help give y'all a guide towards what you want to focus. So, to rehash parts 1 and 2, so for part 1, it's what buildings to focus on as a free to play player all the way up to a spender. And that is going to be just a few buildings. It's going to be your Hall of Order, your Alliance Center, your College of Order, and those are going to be the three main buildings that you're going to want to focus. Now, granted, each building, as you get them leveled up, are going to require other buildings to level up before you can level that one. Yes, I'm aware of that. But as a free-to-play player, your goal at the end of Season 1 should be City Hall level 21, College of Order level 21, and the Tier 4 unit of your primary troop type unlocked. For a lower spender, I would say the same thing, except for you're going to want to try to have City Hall level 22 or possibly level 23. For a mid spender, definitely going to have City Hall level 23. You want to have your Alliance Center level 23, College of Order level 23. Now, as a low to mid spender, 23 is where I would stop. And I would work on getting all of your other buildings. Not all of them, but the important ones, which would be your troop buildings, your Alliance Center, your College of Order, all up to level 23, as well as your hospitals, all up to City Hall 23. That's what you're going to want to have as a low to mid spender by the end of Season 2, as a low to mid spender by the end of Season 2. Also try to have your City Hall pushed to level 25. I know it sounds like I jumped around a little bit, so kind of to clarify, free to play by end of Season 1, City Hall level 21, Alliance Center 21, College Order 21, and one of your primary Tier 4 unit unlocked. Low to mid spender, I would try to shoot for Hall of Order 23, Alliance Center 23, and Academy 23. Also, obviously, for a high spender, you're going to want to have Hall of Order level 25 and Alliance Center level 25 and your Academy level 24. Mid spender, you could shoot for the same because a mid spender, the range can be, kind of wide. So it really just depends on how much you're spending. So those are your goals by the end of Season 1. By the end of Season 2, free to play should be at Hall of Order level 23, same buildings at level 23. And as a free to play player, that is where I would stay for a while and start working on your research and slowly start leveling up your Hall of Order to level 25 and your Academy to level 24 as you can. Mid spender, you should be Hall of Order 25, Alliance Center 25, College of Order level 24, and at that point you should be working on your Watchtower and Rally Beacon. You will have to get both of those buildings to level 25 before you can take your College of Order to level 25. So, with that being said, let's go over the bundles again. For a free-to-play player, obviously this isn't going to apply to you. For a low to mid spender, you're going to want to do worker support for sure. Mid spender, this bundle isn't going to apply to you until you get into Season 2. Once you get into Season 2, this bundle, if you watch some of my previous videos, is not the greatest, but it is decent for what it is. So if you are a mid spender, I would consider at least purchasing some of this bundle because you do get Tier 3 troops. Once you get up into the higher levels, you do actually get Tier 4 troops. So it's decent, not great. Purchase buyback, so this pops up every so often as well. And as you purchase gems, you will get certain rewards all the way up to, I think it's 18,000. Yeah. And 18,000 gems is roughly about $85. The next one. Now, in these, so some of these will change depending on what season you're in. You will get limited bundles. The Roots of Ages bundle will come when your kingdom starts doing Roots of War. This bundle for mid and high spenders is a good bundle to buy. Lower spenders, not, at least not at the start until you get all of your tier 4 troops unlocked. And then you can start purchasing some of this bundle to help with training speed ups as well as some Legion reserves. Legion reserves let you train more units at one time. City of Hope bundle, low to mid spender. As a low spender, I would, if you can purchase the $5, maybe $10 bundle every so often and save them up, they will help you. Mid spender, this is a great bundle to buy until you get to City Hall level 25. Once you hit City Hall level 25, I would slow down on purchasing this bundle. Path of Knowledge, to reiterate, is still a great bundle to buy. I would continue purchasing this bundle all the way up until you get all your tier 5 units unlocked. Heroes of Damaris, this is a whale bundle. It is a good bundle to buy if you are a whale or a very high spender because of the tokens you get out of it and the gems. But this is a bundle I would not buy as a mid spender until you at least have your first tier 5 troop unlocked. Treasures of Damaris, I spent a considerable amount of money and I never purchased this bundle. You do get universal artifact keys, but again, these are the generic keys. So to me, this bundle is not worth it. As a whales will probably purchase it anyway. The March of Conquerors is a good bundle to buy once, if you're a mid spender, you get your tier 4 unit unlocked and you want to go ahead and try to train up your full march of your tier 4 troop. This can be a decent bundle for you. As a whale, this is a must-have bundle once you get your tier 5 unlocked. This will help you unlock more tier 5 troops. It is very similar to the Root of Ages bundle, except for the Root of Ages has Legion reserves in it. If I remember correctly, this one does not. The Time Harvest bundle, unless you are a whale or a mid spender and in active wartime and you need resources fast, this bundle is not the greatest to purchase. The reason being is you get no speed ups from it. It is strictly resources and gems. Not the greatest value to purchase. Glorious Journey is a kind of a generic bundle. Unless you're a whale, you're not going to be buying this every day. But if you are a mid to low spender and you're looking to change your kingdoms after season 1 or after whatever season you're in, you may want to purchase some of this bundle to get the migration permit so you could leave. The rest of it is just resources and training speed ups. As a low to mid spender, I would consider purchasing the daily bundle. If you purchase all 3 at the same time, it's $3 a day, or roughly $90 a month. Great bundle to buy, as you can get anywhere from, I clicked the wrong one. Where is it? Hold on a minute. No, don't want to buy it. I think you need to click. Yeah, there you go. You can get up to 1 per chest, 10 tokens. So if you get lucky enough, you can get up to 30 tokens from this bundle. I've never gotten that many. The most I've ever gotten was 19 at one time. But it is a great bundle to buy if you are a definitely mid spender. You want to be buying this every day. As a lower spender, depending on what your budget is, I would at least purchase the $1 one every day. These are your monthly packs. You buy one time and it lasts for 30 days. After 30 days, you will have to renew it. As a low spender, this is definitely one you're going to want to buy. Both of them, if you can, $7 a month. The Growth Fund, great bundle to buy. Not a bundle, but it's a one-time purchase. But if once you hit City Hall level 25, I think it's every 2 levels, you get gems up to 82,000 total. Supply Station is a bundle that you would purchase if you need quick resources. Again, this is more of a war bundle. When you're fighting and you need some quick heals, or you got to do resource healing. Not the greatest bundle to buy because you get no gems from it. It's only if you need quick healing. This right here, as you can see, you got your first purchase. These are dragon not dragon coins, I'm sorry. What do you call it? Exchange coins that you can use for purchasing pet skills. So this is a good one to buy at least the first time. You get double coins. Now this one does not reset after every season, but the first purchase you get is double coins. Now the gem one, which I don't have one here for, I don't know why it won't let me buy gems yet. I guess I haven't leveled it up enough. This is my farm account. The gem one does reset every season. So every season at the beginning of the season, you can get double gems again. I'm going to go ahead and send out some of my gatherers real quick. Again, this is strictly just a farm. So we're going to go back over here to the main account. Now, let's talk about your speed ups that you purchase. So, as a free-to-play player, it is highly important that you be efficient with what you have. Trust me, it is very, very hard to save. But it is important that you save your speed ups. As you can see right here, I save mine a lot. It is very important that you do so that when a certain event comes around that you are wanting to compete in, you have a chance of placing. Now, obviously, you're not going to be able to typically beat whales and, mid to low spenders. But believe it or not, if as a free-to-play player you plan and save properly, you can place in events and do quite well. There are a couple events that come around that you can do. Right now we don't have any, unfortunately. But they can be events such as the Greatest Heights event, Strongest Lord. Now, in Strongest Lord events, especially for the first few in your season, most of the whales are going to win those events. But typically near the end of the season, the last, one or two, whales typically, now they will try in them, but a lot of times they may already have those heroes maxed. So if you are a free-to-play player or a low spender, the last couple of Strongest Lords in every season are going to be the ones you want to try to compete in. Also, depending on which heroes are in those Strongest Lords, you may not even need to compete. For instance, in Season 2, if you are a mage main, the heroes in Strongest Lord are Cav, Cavalry, and Archers. So, pretty much all of Season 2, a mage main does not need to use their speed ups on the Strongest Lord. But again, that is another story that we can get into. But what I mean by it is highly important that you save. Save. There is no reason why you should be spamming up all of your builds, blowing through all of your speed ups, if there is not an event around. Even if you aren't going to win the event, even if you place decently, you can still get rewards. And getting those rewards, it's important that you get value for what you do. So, even if you're not going to come in first place, if you could place, typically in the top 20 or even in the top 15, sometimes in the top 10, you can get some pretty good rewards. And there are several different events that come around. So, make sure as a free-to-play player, low spender, you are saving. Even as a mid-spender, save. Plan accordingly and only use your speed-ups when you need to use them. Um, with that being said, I'm going to go over hero marches, troop combinations, and things like that. Now, this video may be a little bit longer than, say, my first two, but a lot of this is going to go hand in hand. So, the first thing is for your hero combinations, depending on which hero you're going to use, you're going to need to know your main troop type. And you keep hearing me say that, your main troop type, which means the troop type that you want to use for your account. Now, eventually, even a free-to-play player, you're going to have multiple marches of multiple troop types. But at the start of the game, as a free-to-play player and a low spender, and even mid-spenders, it's highly important that you pick one and you stick with it. Because jumping around and moving around because you see somebody else doing a little bit better with a different troop type is going to cause you to have multiple different marches of varying capabilities. None of them are going to be great, and you're going to go out on the field and you're going to fight. You're going to get your feelings hurt, and then you're just going to quit. Or you're going to do like a lot of people that I know that will play for a little bit, realize they messed up, move to a new server to start a new account, and then do the same thing. So, with that being said, it is important that you pick that troop type. Use it for a little bit. Like I say, you will get that free unit changer once you reach City Hall 8. Save it for a little bit. Pick that troop type you want to start with. Try it out. If you don't like it, switch. And then once you switch that one time, stick with it. Because like I say, even free-to-play players, eventually you will have access to other troop types and you will be able to use them. So, we're going to start with the troop type that I main, the one that I like. And that is going to be mages. As you can see, I am the League of Order. We'll go back here for a minute. If you play Spring Wardens, they are a jack of all trades to me. They are not great. They're really the only thing that they have going for them are going to be the Forest Eagles, which are flying cavalry. Those flying cavalry are very fast, but they don't do a lot of damage compared to the other two factions. So, going to Wilderberg, if you're going to play a physical damage troop type, which would mean infantry, cavalry, or archers, this is going to be the faction that you're going to want to use. If you're going to be a mage main or a magic unit main, League of Order or the humans are going to be the one that you want to use. For me, as I am a high spender and I still use mages. I think as a free-to-play player or lower spender, mages are going to be the best unit type for you to use. But, you know, some people just don't like magic units. I don't know why, but they do. They don't. Magic units have the highest range in the game, and the Celestials, which are these units, have the highest base attack in the game. So as a tier 5 base magic attack is 332. And then you look at this unit, these are tier 5 Vestals. I'm like it's almost 40 points below. So the Celestials, they have the highest base attack in the game and the longest range. So why would you not want to use them? With that being said, and I'm going to go over some generic hero combinations that you're going to want to use in Season 1 and Season 2 for mages. But with that being said, I think I want to start next video on that. You know what? Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and do the mage ones. For Season 1, I'm going to go back to my other account real quick so that you can see it. For Season 1, as a free-to-play player, there are 2 heroes that you should work on. And they are going to be Moo, the purple one, this one right here. And you want to get her awakened as quickly as possible. Alright? And then you're going to want to use Thea, or Thea, however you want to say it. What you need to do is get Thea's primary skill to level 5, and you're going to have her as 5111. And that's what you're going to run her as. And then as you get gold tokens, you're going to want to put them into Thea here, like this, to get her up and have her awakened. Awakened means she has all 4 skills level 5, and she has access to her awakened skill here. Purple Mood Thea, as a free-to-play player, to me, is the absolute best march you can have for Seasons 1 and Seasons 2. Going into Season 3, I'll go a little bit more in depth with it, but Purple Mood Thea is going to be the #1 mage march that you want to have. Your second mage march, before we go into that, I want you to understand you need to be able to have enough troops to run multiple marches. So for Season 1, the max troop count is 125,000. You need at least an extra 75,000 to be able to run multiple marches. You need at least 200,000 troops per march. I know it sounds like a lot. It is doable, but it may not be doable up front for free-to-play players. So with that being said, that means all of your training speed-ups should be used on your main troop type once you hit Tier 4 troops. In Season 1. Now in Season 2, that march size goes up to 250,000, which means you need about 350,000 troops per march. So if you want to run 2 mage marches in Season 2, you're going to need at least 600,000 troops of that unit type. So 600,000 Vestals. And it sounds like a lot, and it is. And as a free-to-play player, it's going to be, I'm not going to lie, it is doable, but it is hard, and you have to be efficient, and you're going to have to prioritize and plan properly. If you cannot hit those troop numbers, then your account is not set up to run multiple marches. So, as a free-to-play player, you should only be focused on Moo and Thea. Now, I have Legendary Moo. You will get access to her in Season 3. Skills are very similar. They're just better, higher stats on them. But with that being said, you're going to want to run Moo Thea, and that's all you're going to want to work on as a free-to-play player for Season 1 and Season 2. For Season 1, for a secondary march, you're going to want to run, where's he at? Waldir and Valen. This fella right here. All you need for Valen is 5111 for a free-to-play player. And Waldir will be the second purple troop type or purple hero that you unlock. Waldir Valen will be your secondary mage march. Now, should you get to the point where you want to run a third mage march, you can do that. There are a few combinations that you could run. For instance, hold on 1 minute. I gotta look through them. So a free-to-play player not gonna have access to Lilia. As a low spender, you should purchase Lilia and at least get her 5111. And get Valen 5111. And that's who you're going to run for your secondary march as a low spender. As a mid spender, you want to awaken her, and after you awaken Thea, Valen is going to be the second one that you want to awaken and run them. I am not going to go over really the pets at the moment. I will do that in a separate video. This is kind of just to give you a basic idea of what to do for your third mage march. You're going to want to run. It's going to be Terra and Indus. Now, Indus is easily unlocked through the Dragon Trail right here. Behemoth Trials, whatever you want to call it. It used to be called the Dragon Trail. You want to have Terra Awakened, and you want to have Indus at 5111 or higher, if depending on how often you're purchasing those skills in there. That'll be your third march for Seasons 1 and Seasons 2. If you manage to get enough troops saved up for a fourth march, I personally think you should only have 3 mage marches by end of Season 2, and then you should start working on infantry. Now, for your mid to higher spenders, Season 1 infantry, you're going to want to run Madeline. For high spenders, and Nika. This one here. For mid spenders, Madeline and Garwood, this one and this one, are going to be your next best pair. Then there, for your free to play, where are they at? Where's she at? This one. You're going to run Elenia, however you want to say her name, and Garwood. You can run Elenia Garwood. You could run Elenia and Nika, depending on how you get her skills leveled up. You can even run Elenia Bakar. Not the greatest combo, but it is a good starting one. If you run this combo, I would probably run... well, you could swap it around depending. Run Bakar primary if you're wanting to have a little bit more damage or faster skills firing off, or run Elenia primary if you're wanting to have more sustainability. So that's your quick rundown of your infantry marches and your mage marches. For your archer marches, for free to play, you're going to want to run Guanwin and... well, why did that move? And Nico. You can run these primary or secondary interchangeably because they have the same skill tree. Most will run Nico primary just so that when his skill fires off, you get the defense break first, and then have Guanwin's skill fire off, so that, because her skill damage is not the highest, but just so her skill damage is a little bit, or does a little bit more damage based on the defense break. But as a free-to-play player, that is going to be your primary for Season 1. For Season 1 as a mid to high spender, if you are an archer main, then you're going to want to awaken Kanara. And you got 2 really solid marches that you could run. And this is going to depend on how much you spend. But in Season 1, Kanara Husk is goated. They are by far the best archer march in Season 1. Now, if you have Nico and have him highly skilled up, Kanara Nico is one of the best archer marches in Season 1 and Season 2. They are also are still widely used in later seasons, so they are a good investment. Kanara, Nico, Husk, and Guanwin. You do have some other generics that you can run. So, for instance, if you run Kanara Nico for a second march, you can run Guanwin Craig. People underestimate Craig, but when he's awakened, he's pretty decent for Season 1 and Season 2. Now, with that being said, going into Season 2, you're going to want to run, and there's several different combinations, but you're going to have Sindri and Frhagar. They are great Season 1 and Season 2 investments. In much later seasons, I do see some people kind of dropping them off a little bit. But they're still good long-term investments, or they can be. As you can see, I don't use archers very much, so I don't have them leveled up a ton. But Sindri and Frhagar is a good one in Season 2. You can get Bahorn if you are a spender. Bahorn's Awaken skill does crit rate, which makes you fire off crits quicker. If you get Frhagar, hold on a second, there you go. Deals damage to the target and grants Frhagar's Legion's normal attack focus. So normal attack crit rate, 60% for 7 seconds, and then you get his together, 30% for 5 seconds. So with them both together and Awaken, you have a 90% chance to hit criticals, which deal more damage. That's a different video for a different time. But Frhagar Bahorn is a good combo. Sindri, Kanara Sindrian is actually a pretty decent combo. So you can interchange a lot of those. You just want to read them and make sure their skills are going to be good together. Kanara Nico. So there are several different archers that you can run. Now, as for cavalry, for Season 1, best cavalry you can get is Emrys and Bakshi. Even in Seasons 2, 3, and beyond, they are still some of the best cavalry in the game. For Season 1, if you want to run a second cavalry march, there are several combinations you can run. Marduk is very good as well, and you can pair him with Elenia. You can pair him with Craig. You can also pair, a lot of people I see running is going to be Marduk and Nika, believe it or not, are probably one of the best in early game, or Alistair. A lot of people hate on Alistair. But early game as well, Alistair and a Nika that's 5-1-1-1-1 is pretty good as well. So those are some different cavalry combinations that you can run. So this is how I would build up your account as a free-to-play player or a lower spender. Now, there will be more in-depth videos that are going to be not as generic as these. But just to reiterate, a free-to-play low spender should have City Hall 21. And the other buildings required to have your first Tier 4 unit unlocked. A mid-spender should be at City Hall level 23 with an Academy level 23 as well. And a high spender at the end of Season 1 is either going to have City Hall level 25 or at least one Tier 5 unlocked. For Season 2, this is going to kind of not really apply to the higher spenders, but for Season 2, free-to-play should be at City Hall 23, and your low to mid spender should be at City Hall level 25. Your whales and high spenders at that point should have one or multiple Tier 5s unlocked. The packs that you should buy really are going to depend on what you're doing. Some packs are crap, some are waste, some are great. I've went over those. As far as troop types, you need to pick your main troop type and stick with it. Just know that in Season 3, your march size goes up to 300,000. 300,000 is where it caps. So for a free-to-play player by the end of Season 2, you need to have at least 400,000 troops per march you want to run. Even though the march size is 300,000, the reason being is if you only run 300,000 troops in a march, or you have 600,000 total troops, and you run 2 marches, then every time you go out and your march dies and come back, you're going to have to heal troops, and you're going to run out of troops very fast, and you're not going to be as effective on the battlefield as someone that runs 1 march, dies, comes right back out of their city, and continues doing damage, and that can last on the battlefield. The whole point of this game is to last longer than your opponent. Yes, dealing them more damage helps, but you cannot always just brute force your way through the game in this game. So, I hope these tips help you. This is going to be, I would say, the end of this series. If you have any specific questions or something a little bit more in depth, please feel free to comment, leave a like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more in-depth videos. For instance, here soon I am going to be running a video on what my current marches will be going into the season of Strife, and so on and so forth. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one, and see you in the next one.